What's going on, my pretty pandas? It's your huggable hipster here, and welcome to Monday's video where we're not going to be reviewing a game. We are going to be reviewing something that could possibly change the gaming world for a hot minute. And when I say a hot minute, I might be talking about a month, maybe 3 at the most. We'll see what happens. It's been an interesting day today, considering the fact that I forgot to set my alarm clock back to its original time, and guess who woke up late? This bitch right here. Now, I got this idea to write on this subject from an article that has already been posted on the matter. And the article that I'm referring to is one that was actually, when was this posted? It was posted November 3rd, 2018, so extremely recent. Now, I thought this article's title was a bit clickbaity at first, and I was like, come on now. Just, what are you doing? Xbox One, shock and all caps, rival console gets a release date. Now, the rival console I'm talking about is not a PS4. It's not an N64, an upgraded N64. It's nothing that you would really expect as a gaming console, but it's something that's coming from Apple. That's right, you guys. The competitor for the Xbox One and the Xbox One X, I'm assuming, is Apple. Little too late here, Apple. During the presentation, an Apple spokesperson stated that the iPad Pro delivers Xbox One S class graphics performance in a product that is 94% smaller. Think about this, you guys. Being able to game on an iPad without it crashing or overheating, that's legit right there. Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate for a second on both sides. That way you guys get my ideas on how I bias both, because let's face it, okay? I'm an Apple whore. I'm a Microsoft whore. There is no doubting the fact that both have legitimate things to bring to the table in accordance to gaming. When it comes to the matter of gaming, both have the potential, actually, Apple has the potential to be something that is absolutely outstanding in the gaming community. Now, I started getting into the Apple community when I was about 17 or 18 years old, when the very first iPhone came out. Yes, folks, I am that old. Whenever the first iPhone came out, people were kind of stunned because we only thought of Apple products as Apple Music and computers. We never really thought of them bringing out a phone. But lo and behold, it is one of the biggest phone companies in the world. I would say the biggest, but Samsung is bringing out some pretty interesting and amazing products that are slowly taking over the role of best phone in the world. Now, I'm always going to love my iPhone. I will always love my iPhone. I will always be an iPhone girl. But for me, there is quality over quantity. And what I mean by that, if that doesn't make sense, is that you have the quality of the phone and you have all of these little things that make the phone, the Apple phone in particular, unique. Why am I mentioning the phone right now when we're talking about game consoles? I'm getting there. Steve Jobs once said that the technology is supposed to be an extension of the person. When we have our iPhone, when we have our tablet, when we have everything that makes it easier for us to basically live as a person, it is an extension upon who we are. It is an extension of the person's personality, life habits, what have you. This could be an amazing extension for someone who is on the go, maybe a business person who doesn't have really time to game, but they want to delve into it a little bit, dip their toes into the gaming pool. And they don't have time to do it, but they have a 2-hour train ride back and forth to work, bus ride, cab ride, what have you. And they just want to play some games, but they don't want their iPad to overheat, lose battery power too quickly. This is a perfect way to get in to that market of business people, of people who aren't gamers, but they want to delve into it a little bit. I can totally see this being a very big thing for numerous reasons. Number one, like I just said, it can delve into an entirely new market of people who are not gamers and who have gamed previously, but they just don't have the time for it, or they might not want to game full time, but they want to try it, but they want to get the best for their buck. They want to get the best experience, so they're going to pay a higher price for it. Now, granted, I don't think this is going to retail cheap at all. Actually, let me double check on how much this is going to retail for. Okay, so I just found out what the price is of the Apple iPad and the iPad Pro. The 11-inch display is $799. Let that sink in for a little bit. 12.9-inch display is a whopping $999 plus tax, so it's going to be probably just a little over $1,000. Yeah, that's expensive. I mean, the display is beautiful. The way that the colors and the graphics are going to look whenever you do have a game put onto that screen is probably nothing short of incredible. But, and this is me personally talking, whenever I do gaming, I prefer the good old-fashioned controller. I prefer the good old mouse and keyboard. You know, that's just how I roll whenever I game, because if I'm going to do something as complex as Call of Duty or, I don't know, Red Dead Redemption, you want to have a decent sized screen. You want to have something that you can have that's easily maneuverable. And this is where I'm going to play devil's advocate on the Xbox standpoint. Whenever you are gaming, it is important to have the equipment and the tools necessary to make gaming not as complicated as it should be. Apple is kind of taking games and they're making it more mobile. They're not making it the easy, oh, let's just, you know, put a game into the console and play for a couple of hours. They're making it incredibly versatile in a way, you know, a little more complicated to get towards, because there is no way I can see you possibly being able to play Red Dead Redemption or Resident Evil on this iPad. Like, the shooting, how would you do the shooting? Like, are you just tapping on the screen to do the shooting? I don't understand it. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't they make the Elder Scrolls into a mobile app? Because I think that that's one of the games that can be compatible with this. I can see Fortnite doing very well on this iPad. I can see, you know, not Overwatch. Overwatch, you need more of a mouse and keyboard to do that. A lot of people do console. I would highly recommend using a mouse and keyboard if you're really getting into Overwatch, because that's what the pros are using, and that's what's easiest, at least for me to use. Feasibly justify this as a good game console, and not even a console, like as a competitor. Xbox would beat this out of the water. And for me, that's my bias coming in with Xbox and Microsoft, because they've made such an overpowering and a phenomenal piece of equipment as far as a gaming console goes. And that's not to say that PS4 and 64, all of these types of consoles, listen, I don't have anything against PS4. I don't have anything against other consoles, but Xbox kind of, you know, reigns supreme. Why do you think they're taking the graphics of the Xbox One and One S? Because it is the thing right now that is the best in the gaming industry. I mean, for a second, you know, you want to wonder why iPad is taking from the graphics of Xbox One and One S. You know, we're kind of superior in that instance. It continues into the article stating that the Apple iPad Pro has a November 7th release date in the UK, which means the new Xbox One S competitor is out next week. So for all of you people who are going to be standing online waiting for your new iPad Pro, good luck, because I'll be, you know, nice and warm inside with a cup of coffee laughing at y'all. I mean, you know, if it's what you want to do, it's what you want to do. But I mean, you know, don't you have better things to do than just sit out there in the cold waiting for a piece of technology that might not meet the hype? That's what it is at the end of the day. And I strongly believe in this, that a lot of products that any company, I'm not just talking about Apple at this point, any company puts out is a lot of hype and not the actual results that we were looking for. So who knows? This could have the graphics of an Xbox One S. It could have the capabilities to be a great gaming console. You know, it could have the potential to do things that we expect it to do, but will it do the things that we want? Who knows? I mean, especially with Apple's track record of having a lot of bugs, the first few products that are bought, who knows? I honestly, I don't know. I'm so happy that I did not get the iPhone 6 whenever it came out, because there were so many people saying that it was breaking, that it was, you know, not functioning the way it was supposed to function, that it was not meeting the hype that people were hyping about, you know? Because I feel like they're trying to, I don't know, I feel like Apple is trying to get onto the train of the gaming right now, because it's there is a lot going on in gaming right now, and I feel like they're trying to capitalize on that, which makes me wonder, are they doing this for ethical purposes, or are they simply stating, and this is a big thing right here, or is Apple simply stating that it has the graphics of the Xbox One S, but it's not compatible for gaming? Let that sink in for a second. You see, a lot of my viewers are so young, they don't read between the fine lines, okay? I'm going to repeat this one more time for you guys. Is Apple stating that they have the graphics of the Xbox One and One S, but it might not be made for gaming? It has the capabilities, but is it really made for gaming? You know? That's what you have to think about. They're stating such a bold claim. And this entire video is probably going to seem like, yes, I'm for Xbox, which I am. I'm also for Apple because they're also an amazing company. But at the end of it all, what is Apple's mission statement? What are they trying to get across when they say it has, here, I want to read this for quote. They say, the shock new competitor comes out from Apple, and it's a new iPad Pro model. During the presentation, an Apple spokesman said that the iPad Pro delivers Xbox One S graphics performance in a product that is 94% smaller. So it's stating the Xbox One S class graphics performance. It's not stating the gaming performance, it's stating the graphics performance. It's something very different. That's why you have to read between the lines, read very carefully when you're looking at something. Don't get hype because you think, oh my god, my favorite company is going to become a gaming company. Oh my god, Tiffany. Don't think of it like that. Think of it very critically and think, oh, they're only mentioning the graphics. They're not mentioning the things that'll make it not only graphically compatible, but sturdy enough so I can play Resident Evil or Fortnite. Now, for me, another thing that I want to bring into this play that kind of is a bias towards Xbox, but I'm also very curious to see where Apple is going to come into play with this, is that Xbox One has a superior game library. They have amazing games. They have an amazing choice of not just paid games, but games that go on sale, games that are free, games that are demos. It is in a very intensive library. Although I kind of wish they would bring Bloodborne into the equation, but that's all right. So my question is, how is Apple going to compete with that? If they say that, oh, we have the graphics capabilities, we have this, we have that. How are they going to compete with the intensive library? Are they just going to have all of their mobile apps as the games that are going to be competing with the Xbox? Because if they really want to step up their game in the gaming world, they have to come out with something that is the equivalent or better than what Xbox has to offer. So I don't know. We'll have to think about it. We'll have to see what happens when this iPad comes out, because, you know, today is the 5th. It comes out in 2 days. I'm excited to see how the graphics are. I want to be able to see iJustine review it, see her input, because, you know, honestly, her channel is great. Hashtag not spons. I just really, you know, I like her reviews, okay? So yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you guys think that Apple is going towards more of the gaming spectrum and Xbox really does have a competitor? Or do you guys think that we're safe, Apple is going to stick to their niche, and Xbox is gonna, you know, Xbox is gonna stay where they are? Not to say that Xbox couldn't really get into computer. Actually, no. Microsoft has already been doing computers for years, so what are we talking about? Okay, you know what? I know, a little snarky of me, but I honestly feel, I just feel like Apple is a little over their head with trying to market to gamers, particularly. I mean, I have horror stories of trying to get Outlast to work whenever I was playing it on my MacBook whenever I first was starting the gaming channel. If you guys remember that horror of it, lag city 24/7, like, oh no. Like I said, I can see it for like the business person who's traveling to Manhattan and he doesn't have anything to do on like the 2.5-hour train ride, and he's just there sitting like, oh, fiddly dee, what do? Oh, let me pop out my 11-inch freaking $770,000 iPad to play a game that I'm probably never gonna play again. Like, I'm sorry, it's a little much for me. But you guys let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'll be here sipping on my coffee, wondering what's happening to humanity, and filming gaming videos. So, you know, rip. If you all like my face and what I do, please be sure to subscribe. Why is my New York coming out so severely today? This is a problem, okay? Whenever I get sassy, my New York accent starts coming out, okay, honey? And it's not good. Stay casually nerdy, you guys, and I will talk to you all in the next video. Peace. Oh my god. Oof. You know what? Apple is going to be that one company that says, you know what, we were here before any of y'all were. Okay? They're not the hipsters of the... Actually, technically they are, because Steve Jobs used to walk into work barefoot, so what am I talking about? I should probably name that skeleton over there, Tony. What's going on there, Tony, you sick old bastard?